Good to see you.
Thank you.
Enjoyed the film?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Different.
A bit different.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a radical departure. Was this an unlikely film for you?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I kind of, I'm a fan of all sorts of films, and I have quite a broad taste. So when Saoirse Ronan sent the script to me, it was she suggested me to direct it, and she sent me the script, and I was really intrigued by it. I loved the character of Hanna. I mean, I think if all the action stuff was great, but in a way that's kind of ornamentation. The character of Hanna was what really intrigued me.
Right. What kind of a draw were the action sequences, which is a bit of a departure for you?
I was terrified. I really wasn't sure whether I had the skill set to be able to achieve them, and I like fear. It gets me out of bed in the morning, and so I kind of wanted to have a go, really, to see if I could do it.
It's pretty impressive. That opening sequence is really quite confronting and sets the tone for the film.
Yeah. I always like a kind of good, impactful beginning, and I think, when I read that sequence, which was pretty much as it was in the original screenplay, when I read that sequence, I was kind of in there. And I thought the audience would probably be in there too.
Well, this character is so mesmerising, really.
And I like the way that you didn't really know what period you were in. Do you know what I mean? That you could be in kind of medieval world, or you could be in the future, or
who this strange man was who was attacking her.
Exactly. So I like the idea that the opening was quite mysterious.
Right. Breaking down that scene with Saoirse, who's so slight and young, obviously, and Eric, who's a powerful man.
Yeah. Well, they have very different talents. The fight choreographer is a guy called Jeff Amada, who comes from a martial arts background. And so we developed a form of fighting that was specific to their characters. So that Saoirse was all about speed and balance. She's also got quite a long reach, Saoirse. She's got quite long limbs. And so then you put that against Eric, which is, his fighting style is more about weight and strength. And so she was then able to use his weight against him, so that when he would throw a punch, rather than kind of just ducking out the way, she'd take the punch and pull him through and leave him on the floor. So it was kind of a really fascinating lesson for me in kind of, martial arts, really.
Right. And Saoirse seems quite game, having her hands in the stomach of a deer.
Yeah, no, Saoirse's game, all right. I mean, she is the most... she's got a great kind of energy for life. I mean, I guess she's 16 and maybe that's what 16-year-olds are like, but she has this kind of, she'll tear into anything, really. I think often Eric was a bit nervous of hurting her in the fight sequences, but really I think he was the one who was in danger.
She claims to have wounded him briefly, right?
Yeah.